SGP sittings where there were two cases to answer. One was against Pakwach Super Eagles over the game they had in two of their players who played for Panyango SS in the USA games. And that, of course, brought in a lot of issues on Pakwach youngsters. And a lot is happening in Masaka. All this will be brought down in the roundup of the sports now to 3 p.m.
Yeah, a lot of things happening, of course, as we talk right now. There are a couple of stories, we should say, trending this time around in Masaka, with a couple of schools, of course, trying their level best to push, and others, of course, trying also for the first time getting in there. A lot of things in the championship, of course. The national championship has always been one of the key moments to talk about when your school passes or surpasses the regional zonal qualifiers. Then you get to what is called the national. There's always a lot of tense and, of course, a lot of pressure that keeps coming right through. But all in all, a lot is happening. I remember saying, I remember making a statement here with, yes, we saw the style of play of Mvara, but I did say I will not see them continue or go up to that is the last moment. I remember saying I don't give them any chance sure that they could go up to the group stages. That was my statement, I remember. So that's one big thing that is coming right there. But all in all, Susie Mvara is not doing well. Out of 3 games, they have drawn once, they have lost twice, and that is very, very challenging to them. The other one was 3-0, and the other one was yesterday by Meta. Meta did beat them by 2-0. Silly goals, I should say, that they conceded because the first one was the boys you saw physically here. That side, you would think there's something that went wrong because the energy is not like the energy that was in West Nile. Their style of play, yes, could have worked, but still the boys, if you look at the goals that were scored against them, the one I watched was the one with the Meta, and of course a game that was so hard. You would really see that the defense line of Mvara was so porous. Not only defense, because also the midfield was not that you could be expecting. So surpassing them was very easy. Penetrating through them was easy. A lot of things, because if you look at the second goal that Meta scored against them would show you that this team was to score, but they failed to score because they couldn't play the team spirit. Now, that brings me a question of if that means, did they do, because the first game they played, by then Caesar was not there, and they had a draw, they played and won 1. So now, could that one also have affected them? But all in all, I did say one factor of this game, or one issue why I said Mvara was going to come back earlier, was because the teams that they were put, or the schools that they were put against, were schools that they don't know their history. They don't know each other. So they will be learning, wanting to adapt to learn that this is what they are playing. So that's where, of course, they will be having challenges. I remember you giving a chance like that this team could be seen up to the group stages first, but of course something that hasn't happened right there. So all in all, that is what is happening. Mvara, I should say, is eliminated because it's rock bottom with only 1 point
of their group standings. It's quite a very sad one, seeing the champions are being pushed even at the group stages. But I think schools within Arua City need to do better than just being the city champions and at the same time regional champions, because we've literally seen none of the schools that has always been the overall champions go in there and make it past the group stages. The same happened to Arua SS, that was last year. We did see them be the champions of the Arua City and also of the regional champions in there way back. And when they went in for the nationals, they didn't also literally doing a lot of things. So basically, I think the schools within Arua City, or those that are always champions from here that go to represent us in the nationals, need to do better. There is a lot now that they have to learn from the previous years, because literally we've seen schools going in there and not doing so well. They don't even go past the group stages. But I saw Paida winning in a few of the games. Paida SS, I'm quite sure they could have gone past their groupings. And for the girls, I think Amoyo is doing so well. I saw them sit second in their tables there. And then for Biaya, they were third in their next time better.
Yes, of course, they beat them 7 goals to nil yesterday evening. And that makes a lot of things. So we shall be waiting to see what exactly comes right there. But Mvara, just like said, is out of the competition. I can confirm that to you because if you have lost 2 and you have drawn 1, that means you have 1 point. Although you win the 2, what about? I should say, because losing that, they will have to come back and see what comes through right in there. In 2014, you saw them go up to, of course, the same, and a team that went up to Dar es Salaam to see that they participated in there during the East African Games. That was a Mvara team that also tried its level best. So that means for very many people, they would say, okay, they have tried their level best and reach up to that. But teams like Coaches still have a chance to prove, because they're a team that they need to play. And today we shall be knowing that whether they are out or no. Schools like Paida, yes, we did talk about them. They will also be having a game today against Amus College. Now, this is how the games will be, because Amus is also good, dominating. Now, in that is the national boys football today in Masaka, round 32. You would see that St. Mary's Chitende will be taking on Charles Luanga Kasasa. And then you will be having Budo SS taking on, of course, the team of Bukedia Comprehensive. Then Chisozi will be welcoming, of course, taking on Old Kampala. Ginger Progressive will be taking on, of course, the team of Fort Portal Secondary School. Then you have St. Julian taking on, of course, Chadondo Secondary School. Whereas Amus Secondary School will be taking on, of course, Paida. Then Chivuli SS will be welcoming Ginger Secondary School. As Ginger Comprehensive College will be taking on London College. And of course, Weldon School will be taking on Kavalega Secondary School. As Chitovu will be welcoming Andy Mwesi Guam as, of course, SS. Chitovu, I think one by the names of one of the coaches by then, I think should be the former coach of Leah, or the former coach of Onduparaka, what is his name? Adiga Morris. Yes, he recently said he had some good boys that side when he called. And then there's Chimanya versing, of course, Kakungulu Memorial. Then Stahinza will be taking on Ginger or Meta after the game that will be coming. Then Wisdom will take either Ginger or Meta. We're waiting for that. As also you'll be seeing Laibi taking on Kawempe Muslims. But Nakaseke will also be having either Nkoma or Cheba and SS. And then Mukono Kings will be welcoming Uganda Matters. And those are some of the games for the day today. But all in all, I think this is a learning moment for very many to see that they get themselves through. And this learning moment gives us at least something. Now that when you're going there, you need to go. Don't be, because you're a champion, you shouldn't go that way and go with your championship, because everyone that has reached there is a champion. To see that they get in there, and then of course they will always have moments to see that this works out. So interestingly, I want to say Mvara's tried, yes, but they didn't meet people's expectation. People expected better from them than even the coaches. We are talking about the Paidas right there, because every other person was looking into that is Mvara to be, of course, the side, because of what they displayed, because of the dominancy. I remember telling one person that when I watched the final, and then leave alone final, when I watched the last game of Mvara, that they went to the finals, I said there's going to be a lot of challenge for Mvara in the nationals. And that's the same thing I came and spoke about here in that is the games. So that's one big thing that we are talking about. But all in all, the school games still continue. The USA, of course, qualifiers. I will be hosting, or we will be having, that is Mr. Olema Hamza who of course will be giving us more about the revival of Alpha Rising Stars. Currently, very many call it Leah, but a lot of things are also happening that side. I believe there are a lot of changes that probably have come through in there. So he will be joining us in a while as we discuss about what exactly has he brought, was he changed in the team, because the recently concluded game saw them beat Pakwachi Youngsters 7 after they had disciplined Zeu 8, and I was meant to know that the team refused to play the remaining minutes.
The 60th minute.
So what is that has come? We shall be coming to find out as soon as, of course, we break up right here. But all in all, that's one big thing now. Regional League shows that Paida Black Angels has qualified on the other side of, that is the zone. Now, this gives an impression of who is going to be, of course, that qualifying in the regional, in the Nile zone, where, of course, you to see whether it is going to be Araka, whether it's going to be Odramachaku, whether it's going to be Kochi Urban, whether it's going to be Total. I don't really expect a lot.
I think from Nile zone, the competition seems between now Araka and Total. Odramchako in their most recent game that could propel them to actually see to it that they join in the race. But they did play a draw, I think. That literally, for me, writes them off because now the games have almost closed. I think every other person is left with one game each, which cannot put them to in the table contenders in there. So basically, currently it's Araka that sits on top of the table from the last game they played this weekend, where they went to Paridi to play Jumantown Council and did beat them 3-2, which left them on top of the table. And chasing them very closely is Total. So to me, the competition in Nile zone is between Total and Araka.
Yeah, a very big thing in the regional league. But I think there's something that has been changed in the football right now. Getting the right coaches into your team adds something. Because Araka has severally tried pushing it harder, but they have not been so much like qualifying. And their movement of getting Onama Bosco has added some hype in the team. Why? Because most of the players now, if you look at that have come through to Araka, we'll see that all these players have come through. Most of them have passed through. That is Arua Soccer Academy, which of course was by the coach himself, Onama. So he knows them, he knows their strength, he knows their weaknesses, and he knows what exactly they can get, or he can get out of. I remember when he said, I need this, I need Juko, I need things. Those are the things. And I think the trust that Araka built in him is the one that has given him time to make sure that he assembles the team well. Very many thought in the second round that he should be fired just because of maybe 1 or 2 draws, 1 or 2 losses. But you would see that he has really pushed the team to that competition. Now, my challenge comes to always, after a team getting up to that level, you're going to be seeing that there's going to be that competition now between, let's say, Paida and Araka in the finals, and a game that may be taken to a neutral ground for purposes of playing it with no chaos. This comes a day when you will be seeing that a game like this, by the way, I can confirm to you that the zonals or the finals of these games will be live on TV. Wherever you will be able to watch this game. Wherever they will take the game, West Nile TV will be there to broadcast that, of course, the qualifiers. Because that team that wins here will be representing. So now, that is one big team. Paida is saying they are through to the big league. West Nile, as Araka Football Club, is also saying they are through to big league. Now, let's wait and see. But at least what I've loved is that the teams are doing well. Now, question comes to this, Susie. Most of the coaches who are in some of these clubs don't have the qualification. Most of them. Hassan is one coach that, let's say, passion being in the game is one. We did see the one of Drabachako, the same. They have not enrolled for the coaching certificate, which, of course, if you get to what is called the football, after here, you will be needing to be having bench permit. You will need to have this in case you progress to the next level, let's say the big league. Now, this is where now again you're going to see that teams diffuse. You have assembled a team that you needed to put now in the league so that you can push it. But this is you who is going to be leaving the team because you don't have the right documents. So this is one thing that will be affecting us. Because I believe, yes, what about that? Because if you really have that zeal and you have this career that one day you want to become like that, I believe they should have started this long time to enroll. Maybe some people didn't believe in themselves by then.
That they could come this far. But there is the Zonos. I think a few of the coaches that you've mentioned in here should be able to do in some of these courses in between the break before the next seasons open. That is if they are quite sure of themselves that they are going to move.
It depends because also when they have not put, but I've seen recently they have been there. It's not much. Beginners, calves, it is, I think, at around 150 you pay, and then you make sure you accommodate yourself and this and that. So I believe people just look at it and ignore. But there reaches a time that you really need this document if really you want to still act as the coach to any club. Because I was just tipped from a point of view from the Federation of Uganda Football Association that even this time around they are going to be, by the way, documents coming through for referees, coaches, depending on the level of studies you've gone. Meaning school. Okay. If you're a senior P7 leaver, you can, maybe there's that category you can coach or you can officiate for. If you're a senior 4 leaver, if you're senior 6 leaver, until when you get maybe whether you have PhD or what, you should be in football management depending on the level. So there are coaches who may not be, according to their plan, the coaches who are not educated shouldn't reach some of the levels because of one or two issues. And that is one big thing that maybe maybe when the coach comes around, I'll be asking him later on about. Because to me, it's something good because very many times even interviewing a coach is very hard.
Exactly.
And unless you turn to the local language that the coach understands, maybe that's when
interview flows.
Two, football is taught, for now you who is an individual, that you need, there's that thing taught in football. Player management, football management, press conferences, and the rest. It is taught in football. Now, if you don't have that knowledge, it's going to be very hard for you to handle a situation where Susie has gotten issues with Owen, and you need to handle it. Emotionally, it is very hard for you after losing to come to press. How do you handle that? Those are some of the ethics that is taught. So our federation is trying to standardize that at least a maximum of this to coach this level, a maximum of this level to officiate a game of this tension. To make sure that this works out, it brings in the quality of the game that is needed by the federation or by the FIFA standards. It is just a tip someone told me, but in case it is to be applied, I believe it would be very, very positive. To me, I will find mine more about what the coaches think about from Hamza when he comes through. Because it is one thing that I will really, really want to find out. How does it feel for him being a coach and they need certain level of qualification? And there's something even that people should know, that football football itself, after football, there's another life. So if very many players are, not for bad, for just thing, are not so much educated, but they have the talent. Now that's where you will see someone comes, even you pick him on for an interview. It's very hard to express. It is very hard. So these are some of the things. I was going to ask them whether they're also going to limit players according to the standards, but which is no.
I doubt if it's going to eliminate for our players, because literally they would be eliminating in a lot of players, and I think that is why the FIFA president, Mr. Magogo, came through and said interviews or players should run interviews in the languages they best understand. Literally, I saw that at the beginning of this very season that is almost closing up. So basically, I think that will only count in for the coaches. But when it comes down to players, trust me, we'll be eliminating a lot of players, because most of these people have talent, and the talent does not sometimes go hand in hand with the level of education.
So with this again, I want to task us back. Look at the coach. I'm just referring back to West Nile before I even get a West Nile coach. Look at the coach who took, let's say in absentia of Samson Sizo Kuti, who at least has tried to get the other CAF C, I think. He's supposed to upgrade to CAF B. But look at the team that took maybe Mvara to play. That means if he had maybe the experience, or he had some little knowledge in the class of coaching, then maybe they would. But the fact is, the overall performance of that is West Nile schools in the ongoing championship, by the way, has been so wanting. So that shows you also how you put this. So greatly, for me, I believe we need to change a lot of things, Susie, in our region, West Nile, to see that things work out in there. Now, back to you.
This is, by the way, a very huge problem to me. I had said this a few minutes back, where I said that schools have always gone from here and failed to do nothing. They've never gone past. There is a group stages. That means there is a problem somewhere. What they are doing only to win within the city and the region is not enough. They need to acquire in skills. They need to prepare themselves for the nationals. We cannot always be champions here and go the other side and fail to go past the
region. Now, so that's where I'm saying there is a huge issue. Region has to do. That's why we're talking about regional league. But these other games come in because these are schools in this region. Pakwach youngsters, we thought they would be one of the favorites, and now I don't see any hope. Either is already through after all that has happened. A frustrating probably season for them. Tried focusing on the Uganda Cup, nothing. They tried focusing on Uganda, I mean the regional league, which is now not okay. So there are verdicts around nine disciplinary cases that are going to be coming. Let's say maybe if it will not affect any of those clubs, but you could see some teams being relegated because of the sanctions that may sit on them, or if they are going to be docked points or this. And if you're sitting in a survival of a relegation and you maybe had misbehaved, a very challenging one. But in all these things that are moving, let's wait and see what comes next, because I will speak much when it happens. A lot of things that have happened. We're waiting for the report between Odramachako and Araka.
That report, I think, is coming out today, where the game is, rumors have it that the game is supposed to be replayed at St. Charles Luanga behind.
My question is, doors. Are they going to refund Odramachako?
The fuel
300,000, I don't know.
The other for time, going the other time to... not turning up.
Because now that's where the technicality is, because I've never seen in football where a club's fuel is being refunded by an opposite. The reality of the case is supposed to be, organize your game, okay, because it wasn't Odamachako's issue, neither, because I was challenging one of the CDP members here after our show. Why do you have to say Odramachako needed to pay Araka 300,000 for their fuel that they used it to come to Odramachakos' home ground, because the game was cancelled? Although a club is found guilty, you fine the club accordingly. not to say the club should pay the other club's transport. What if Odra by then had gone for training in China and also jetted back for the game? I'm just bringing an example. Would you have... So those are some of the things. But I think for the CDP, you messed up. I should say that.
They did.
You messed up. You can't really make such a decision. I've never seen it.
To me,
just case at hand is the game between Onduparaka and KCCA that was played at Military Barracks, Bombo. After the game was cancelled, or after the findings, even though Onduparaka whether was found guilty or not, but the competition has to take charge of the game to reorganize it on a neutral ground or in a neutral ground, then also takes charge of facilitating the game. The two clubs, because they are going to play on a neutral ground. So that means the West Nile Region Competition Committee was, since they were the one who called off the game, not Odra Machaku, they were to organize this game on a neutral ground after the CDP findings and the rest, and they cater
expenses.
for these games. Now, if you want to charge at least these games or charge for this catering all to the other club after fining, it is okay, but never should you put this club is also supposed to refund. How many clubs are going to be asking for refunds in the region? So that's one big question that I will be asking back to you, who is also watching wherever. But you wanted to say something before we get
I was literally saying that the disciplinary committee just needed to sum up all this fine to make it look like very administrative. Then they do their own breakdown from the other side. They
but
really
it's also not good. Why should you
come through, say, pay fuel, do this, do... No, they just needed to say maybe this is a wholesome fine. Odra Machaku pay us this money. At least
now, Odra Machaku
fair.
paid 700,000, according to what I saw from the documents that came out, because they were fined 400,000. Then they were charged 300,000 to pay Araka, which was supposed to be through also the CDP, which they did before the game. And the day of the game was in Koboko, which they went also. So it's so big. For me, why I'm saying this bitterly is because I'm seeing us, the leaders in the region, we want to kill football in the region. And when we want to kill football, then I don't think, because very many of us here earn a living because of football or because of sports. Now, if it's the same us who want to eliminate, who want to bring or to kill football, trust me, I don't think Odra Machaku is going to be happy anymore. Odra Machaku affiliates to the region, but I don't think they will be very happy anymore for such things. But still, they continued. They went for the game. They honored. I'm waiting for that verdict. I don't want to talk much. I first want to hear what comes out from there, and then I will say much about the games. But surely, it wasn't the best. It wasn't the best. We're taking a break. When we come back, we shall be coming to discuss about, of course, the Uganda Premier League and, of course, the revival of Alpha Rising Stars. That is right there. And very many say it's brought by Olema Hamza. He calls himself Hamzata Ham, and that is his social handles. Probably he is ready for that is the show right here. And so let's take a break. When we come back, we will be discussing with him and then break down some few of the games in the Uganda Premier League, because there are a lot of them. That is right today. But there's that game between Express Football Club and the team of NEC Football Club that has been postponed. And tomorrow, a couple of games will also be, in fact, 2 games will be on card at Nambole, as it will be a test of the Nambole Mandela National Stadium. And this, one of them is the game that will be for KCCA, and then the other one will be for Sports Club Villa. And all these games, KCCA takes on Bull, as Villa will also be right there in contest. So let's take a break. We'll be right back.
West Nile TV, lighting up the region. West Nile TV, lighting up the region.
Welcome back from that break, and now still Whistle Time live on Yo TV, wherever you're catching the show live from. I want to say still West Nile Television that gives you all this. Now, joining me already is Mr. Hamza Olema, who of course is right in the studios with me. You can always be part of this as you keep, of course, following all the stories right there. Olema joins me, and we shall be talking about the revival of, that is the team, I'm talking about Alpha Rising. Very many call it Elia, but of course the name has not yet been changed officially by, that is the Federation of Uganda Football Association. Remember, they acquired this name, and they still needed to do more to see this works out in there. So Hamza, welcome. Good afternoon. Probably a long time. The last time I hosted you was way back, I think last year, and this is another year. But this time around, a different club, because the last time was when you parted ways with Arua City Football Club. Now you are with Leah. Short stint at Nebi Central, and then of course came back to, that is the Queens of West Nile. Back again to your elite club, the academy. A lot that you're doing in this meantime. You went to Leah Football Club just a few, let's say, months ago, and things seems not to be okay for Leah by then. 6 points in the first round, probably battling relegation. But you have tried and pushed the team in there. Let's have statistics of the game. Because right now, any team that comes across you is fearing, because the numbers of goals are very many. Welcome, first of all.
Thank you very much, Mr. Owen. Our viewers, by names I'm called Olema Hamza, the director of Queens of West Nile and the director of Elite Kids. I'm also the head coach of Alpha Leah. Yeah, currently I live in Arua, and I do my job. I work in Leah.
Your ground is Panduru. Okay, let's start with this. What changed from 6 points? And how long, first of all, have you signed with the team? How long have you signed with the team of of Leah Football Club?
Basically, I've not signed a contract with
You're
Leah.
helping the team?
Yeah, I'm helping the team. In actual sense, the help was a discussion with the members of the team when I parted away with the Navy Central, the Royals. I came, I said, let me just come and rest. And I think my first call was for you. I told you that I just need a rest because I don't want to be in some other issues, any active football issues again. But there was a scenario whereby I received a call from Leah bosses. They told me that they wanted to talk to me. By then I was harsh. I told them, I don't know you. You cannot tell me that you want to talk to me. What kind of business do you want us? He said, I'm the boss of Leah, Alpha Leah. I want you to come and help us. Even though the team is relegated, at least to keep these boys busy. I said, will it sound okay? I've never relegated a team. When I started in my coaching career with Diamond Stars, Arua City. So the boss came to me. He, in actual sense, he was fearing to come. He sent for me one of his representatives to meet me at Elite Sports Academy where we train Arua Public Playing Ground. I told him, okay, you tell your boss to come to me. Initially, I didn't have any idea of coaching again, but let me see. Let him give for me 5 to 6 days. Now he was calling me. I was avoiding his calls.
So you didn't want coaching?
I didn't want coaching anymore. To be sincerely active in the league, regional league. No. I didn't like that. I wanted to stay, but my brother Fabio Borin, the coach of Ondopraka right now, he came to me. He advised me. He told me, brother, when you take a leave, your brain will also take a leave. Go, work hard. Show to these people that you have the potential. Show the people of Navy Central that you have potentials. Show our West Nile, the nation at large, that you have the potential. I sat down, I said, brother, but 5 points, 6 points, I can't make it. He told me, brother, believe in yourself. Now from there, I kept on dodging. Those guys came to me via Habib Kujo. Now I told Habib Kujo, I'll go and work without any terms and conditions. Let them just transport me from here to here, I work. That is the agreement between me and them. When I save the team or I don't save the team, I don't take the blame and the club doesn't take a blame. That's how the contract came.
Okay. Very good. Now, what did you find in Alpha? What was the problem? What did you have? Because by the time you went, there were no recruitments, I should say. So, what have you changed in the team? Because this is a team that was not winning. They started well, but at the moment there would be a material every team could come and play around with. Finally,
on the time when I finally went to Leah, I first gave a call. I told them, call all the players who are around. Those who are not around, let them be around. I want to talk to the team, to the players. And I went, I spoke to them. After that, I asked some questions from them, and they also gave for me their views. Now from there, I said, can we go practically? Can we go practically? And we went practically, and after that, I started identifying the weaknesses. The morale was there, but it was too much. Have you seen? A lot of morale, that we are going to beat every team, and we just move to another playoffs. But I told them, first of all, you people, you have 6 points now. First of all, you people, you have 4 points. Yeah, because the other last game ended, it was 1-1, a draw with the Arua City, whereby I was on the touchline. So I told them, you people, let us regroup. There's no break. We went like that. I brainwashed them. I told players, let us be underdogs. We start from 0. We start counting, not counting those 6 points. Let us start counting from 3 points. Yeah, from 0. Now we go 3, we go 6. We keep on adding. Because initially, you know very well that Leah has been dotted around 5 points.
True, true.
Yeah, because of hooliganism. So, Kumbe, we were working also. Those 6 points were there. We got another 6 points. They came and deducted those ones. We came back to 7 points. So, I said, may Almighty Allah bless us. All the time we start things with prayers. And hard working started. I said, if you want to go with me, let us go. But me, I'm not ready to leave somebody behind. Whether the managerial, over the fans, over what. I first went, I also was the fans. Let us not anticipate a lot. Let's do what? Let's first cool down.
Let's reduce the expectations.
Yeah, now, they came to realize that the team might go to relegation. It has been last week, whereby when we won 8, that's when we came to the blue zone. In actual sense, initially the team has been down. That one was red zone. That one was not. It was my bad time in coaching. I couldn't sleep all the time. I get more older. I look at myself in the mirror. I look for tactics of winning the game. Initially, what I changed in Leah was just one, the thinking that we can beat everybody.
Mindset.
Yeah, the mindset. Secondly, the tactics of the game.
So you have not changed any player. You got the players. You brought them into the level.
I got the players who were there, who are willing to play. Those who were not willing to play, they moved.
Okay.
I worked with those ones there were only 14. The 2 were at school, Maracha SS and Destiny. So there's no alternative whereby I can make any signing. I said, play under my instruction. If we lose the game, we lose it as a team. We have to work very hard. Alpha is not a small name. Everybody knows about Alpha. So let us first work very hard and we see what will happen.
Okay, and now that's one big one. So are there plans of remaining with the team in case you make them survive relegation? That's one big thing. It should be on record so that I also can say, okay. But all in all, is there plans in case you see that the coach or the management of Alpha want to give you another opportunity for next season? Would you take the offer?
That one is a very tricky question. Because for now, the way I moved to Alpha was also good because I took my time. Because there's no hurry in everything. I took my time to go there. And the fans, they love me. For now, I cannot say anything.
You can't decide about your future.
I can't decide about my future for now to remain or to leave. Because I first want to finish the game.
How many games are you left with?
We are just remaining with a derby at home with the Arua City. Yeah, we are away home to Greenlight. We're coming to Arua City.
So ahead of Arua City's game that is coming right there, what do you anticipate? What are you expecting? Because 7, 8, that's goal margin. That means in the meantime you should have even maybe been ahead of goals scored, even for some of the clubs who were consistently winning. You should have now a couple of goals ahead of them. So you're coming to Arua City, and Arua City will be home.
Yeah, Arua City will be home, and we shall also be home because Arua City is our city. So basically, we respect Arua City. Yeah, they also respect us. We are one. We are going to come for the game. They know very well that we badly need 3 points, and they cannot let it be like that. Because most of the times when we win, the first game whereby we won like 8 goals, when the game ended, one of the journalists went and they started interviewing me. I was speechless. He thought that I was annoyed, what, but I couldn't. The way my boys played that game, I couldn't believe that these boys today, they have played like that.
Now, let's talk about something. There is an introduction, rumorly, we have had about very many, okay, not rumorly, but for West Nile, you would see that very many coaches are in the coaching world without papers. The certified papers from the federation that probably maybe beginners or the CAF see in there. And very many are trying so much to see that they want to be coaches. Even me, I want to be a coach because I'm a coach of media team without papers. But what would be the advice? Because I see future ahead. And when you go ahead, you will not want to be like Alan Kabonge, who will come in a team and after they promotes the team, you will not be in the next team. You will not want to be like Makumbi, who only promotes teams and does not be part of the team in the next level. So what is your advice to such coaches? I've seen very many in the region.
First of all, that one is a very important question. You see, basically, people don't understand what is meant by coaching. You see, if you go to study, if you have studied first, assuming you're a journalist, you can become somebody who can lecture a class via what? Journalism. Yeah, there will be no kwara in it. My advice to people call themselves coaches. First of all, one, they are lucky if you don't have papers, but you are taking teams to the next level, which means I call that one a luck. That one is not a coaching.
Okay.
You will see, one, these coaches, there are qualities of coaches. Others, they will be in class very well. Others, practically, they will be well. Practically, they will not be okay. But there are some coaches who never even played good football. But they are taken to Team A, but they beat a coach which has got level CAF. We call it what? Level A. B. A. Yeah, CAF B, CAF C, and CAF A. Have you seen UEFA? What those of Oboas are having? Yeah, Oboa ball. So all these things, Mr. Owen, let me just be open to you. We are going in the wrong way. Initially, the chairman for coaches.
Do you have a coaching association in West Nile?
Yeah, we have a coaching. I'm coming to that point. We have a coaching association. That thing, we have been pushing that thing. But people will term us, we have bad heart. We have got our committee. Fabio Borin is one of them. Dudu Bosco is the chairman for West Nile Coaches Association. We have been pulling this thing. Get a very good coach to coach your team. One, to wash away what? Drug abuse, everything. Tactically, we must do okay. When it reaches now, your team, when your team is the one who has qualified, or they have qualified.
Let's summarize. We have a few minutes.
Now, from there, you will not do what? You will not share. They will not chase your way, or they will say, Owen, you be there, or Hamza be there. It is initially, let us just go to class and we study. From level 1, we go to beginners, level 1, CAF C. If you have played high top level, you can start with the level 1. Beginners is just something.
So what does it take for one to be part of the coaching association? Are you affiliated? Are you registered? Are you paying subscription?
We are registered.
So don't you think through the coaching association you can put a table to request in for instructors to come and have a coaching course here?
Yeah, that is what we are doing.
Which is not happening.
No, we have been like, they need a class of 40, by the way, for the beginners. They need a class of 40. After class of 40, we call They come and
So-
do for the beginners.
Can we start the campaign? Anyway, we need to meet the chairman and see what comes in there. But of
Yeah.
course, one of the biggest thing is there. I would love really to go, but our time is really well spent. Because of that, we are saying time is money, always as in the media houses. Probably everywhere you should be knowing that time is money, because the more you waste, the more you could be wasting another time. But Hamza is the head coach of Leah. A lot he should be having to tell us, but next time, of course, he will still be coming in there. Now, the turn in focus is to go and look for, that is the head of the Coaching Association in West Nile, because I see that is one. Now, that is what I'm going to be advocating for, so that we make sure such an initiative works out, because very many want to be coaches, but they don't get that chance of making sure that they become or they take it, because the courses don't come here timely, they don't come every time. So it's one big challenge. But all in all, that is one. Now, internationally, United have only excluded 3 people, and the rest are open for, that is any team to open talks with United to buy them. That is according to Manchester United. Only Alejandro Garnacho, and there is Rasmus Højlund and Kobbie Mainoo, who are said no, they are not leaving, but the rest are free to leave. So any club that is ready to ask for prices of any club player at Manchester United, the United board has said it is okay. So that is it. Your parting words, my brother.
My parting words, I cannot go internationally nowadays because my brain is all about developing football in West Nile.
True.
Thank you very much. I don't know whether you can allow me to say
Please.